Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. I hope you are all doing well this morning. Hope you had a great evening. Let's start with the trade setup that we posted yesterday, a very nice painless trade that is currently playing out on Euro New Zealand that we posted yesterday. Let's just go look at it quickly. Good morning, Mark. Hello, Mike. My screen is sharing, right? Is my screen sharing? Okay, great. Right, let's start. So yesterday we posted this setup here on Euro New Zealand. So Euro New Zealand, I'm not sure what's happening with the fundamentals, but we have seen Euro New Zealand skyrocket from where we posted here yesterday, and we are now currently around these levels. We have made, I think there is some fundamental news, somebody can check for us. We still have the Reserve Bank New Zealand interest rate decision tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. That is South African time. It will be 6 a.m. GMT tomorrow. So RBZ tomorrow. So there's already this move on the New Zealand. Yes, we will definitely do that. We'll definitely do that. Please notify when we post the trade. So yes, we will definitely do that. So just for your information, we are also upgrading the website from its current location on Wix to WordPress. I think there's more functionality on WordPress than on Wix. So in the next couple of days, we will be migrating everyone onto the new site. Right, so let's have a look at that. That was a Euro New Zealand. It was an amazing trade yesterday. Sorry for those guys, for those that have missed it. Apologies, we should have sent that one out. We still find it very difficult to send a specific message to only members, but we are working on that. Right, so this is the setup here on Euro New Zealand. Whatever the news was yesterday, it has now skyrocketed over 237 pips in just a matter of a day. So that's as high as it has gone so far. So do not go and take this now unless you get some pullbacks here, but it's going to be very difficult to take it from there. But this is long-term bullish. Yesterday, this is the structure that we discussed. We have looked at this to be reversing around these levels here, and for this to make a move to the upside. We already have the impulse that is clear. We should get this and a pullback and then more upside. Trade of the week is Euro Audi. Also pushing to the upside after breaking out of this corrective structure. After making the 3 waves, we are now looking for this to continue pushing to the upside. This was a trade of the week. EuroCAD, I actually missed this one out in the morning. I can't remember if I put in an alert with you guys or if it was during my analysis. So I'd put in a alert here. Can't remember if we did this yesterday, so that it can remind me when you did. This happened while I was asleep. This happened while I was asleep, so I missed all of this. So I'm not gonna chase this up. We're gonna leave this one as it is. Euro Chief. All right, so Euro Chief, we have been bearish Euro Chief, still looking for this to continue all the way to the downside. Okay, nothing has changed. We're still looking for more downside on Euro Chief. Let's go through the rest of the pairs in detail now. DXY, let's start with the DXY. We expected the DXY to drop here yesterday. Looks like we only have this move here around these levels. The DXY is only about to start dropping now. We were looking for this here. So this is the flag that we looked at yesterday. What we can see now is that it has now made a double. We'll be looking to sell this to the downside now. Let's have a look at the indicators. We've got a very nice setup on the 1 hour. So this is what you need to do here on the DXY. If you don't like trading the DXY, we'll look at the Euro just now, where you can look to buy Euro US dollar. Okay, so with the 1 hour candle closing below this, we should look for the DXY to drop lower. can see this is exactly a similar structure as we had here. So we'll be expecting the DXY to continue lower here. Yesterday, we were also looking for the euro to push to the upside, and it looks like it's only happening now. Okay, so the euro, we look for this one to push to the upside. Yesterday, we were looking for it to break up from here. Okay, it did not happen, but as you can see, the structure still has not changed. We still have that setup on the euro, so we'll still be looking for that to continue to the upside. Right, that is euro US dollar. Looking very good for upside. So guys, this is a nice trade setup. You will be looking for entries around here and more upside. Let's take this off. We'll post this one up shortly on the website. So quite a significant move we're expecting to the upside. So for now, I'm just going to put in a modest target back to 1,900. The risk to reward ratio is good enough. We'll look for that one to close above. We just want the 1 hour candle to close above this, and then we'll look to take it all the way to the upside. That is the euro. Pound US dollar. Pound US dollar, we also looked for this to break to the upside yesterday from here. That did not happen. So we made one more down here. We will be expecting pound to now resume the move to the upside. Okay, so we still have not broken out of this corrective structure, but if you look at that structure on the daily, it looks very promising for more upside. We just have to be patient and get a setup that confirms. So if you look on the daily, we are resetting here. We are just at the 50% here. All it takes here is for this to close above the line, and we'll look for many, many more pips to the upside, over 1,000 pips to the upside here. So let's just be patient with that one. US dollar chief continues to the downside with all the chief pairs. We have been looking for the chief pairs to continue lower. Now we have not got a pullback here as yet. It will come at some point, but there's no sign of it as yet. So this can get back to around these levels, but not without a pullback though. I'm on the daily here. Let's go down to the lower time frame. Okay, still pushing lower on the lower time frame. We'll still look for more downside. Right, that is a US dollar chief. US dollar CAD yesterday, we were looking for this to also break lower. Let's have a look at it. We're looking for this to break lower with this move. We had made this three-wave structure here. We're coming down here. We were looking for this to break lower, but instead we are making what looks like a double correction there. So be careful. You don't want to be buying US dollar CAD. We are still bearish US dollar CAD with this three-wave structure. We are still bearish US dollar CAD with this three-wave structure here. We're looking for this to continue to the downside like that. Okay, so we are back in the blue box. We just need to project a new blue box because the one that we had here was for this move, which we did not reach. So this one, let's project this one here. Looks like we are right in the blue box here now as far as US dollar CAD is concerned. Let's take off the previous one here. So we are missing the current blue box by a few pips. So this is the blue box for the bigger structure. All right. I will be taking a euro setup trade just now. And also, if I look on the 1 hour, I just want to go back to the pound. Pound may start making a move to the upside, but not just yet. US dollar yen will continue to the downside. Audi US dollar. So Audi US dollar has made a move to the downside. We have been seeing that we are currently in the blue box, but we are expecting a reversal. Let's go to the daily here. Will Audi reverse at current levels? Let's look at the divergence here. So we have got the divergence on the daily. We can make a new low here on pound Audi. Just 1 second, please. Right, so it is not surprising to see Audi US dollar make another move to the downside like that. So we have got that the divergence is still intact. We can make one move to the downside and we still come back around these levels and make a move to the upside. Then this will reset to the downside. Then we'll have a nice setup for more upside, even if it's going to be just back to the 50% of the whole move. So let's just keep track of that. Okay. What did you say about the euro? Me said the first minute, saying I'll be taking euro US dollar trade setup as soon as it confirms. I'll be looking to take a euro US dollar setup as soon as it confirms. Okay. So that's Audi on the daily. Let's have a look on the 1 hour, the 4 hour. Welcome, Mikhail. So on the 1 hour, that's what we have there. I was still going to see more continuation to the downside with the euro looking strong. This could be the end of the move and we start looking for upside. Do we have divergence on the 4 hour? Yes, we still do. We've got that 4 hour divergence. It will be invalidated if the RSI goes around this level. Okay, but I'd rather be trading euro US dollar. It's a lot clearer than Audi US dollar. New Zealand US dollar. The New Zealand this week. So this was a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. We're now coming down with this. Can we now get down into the blue box before we make a move to the upside? It's going to be interesting what the euro does tomorrow. So if, strictly speaking, we are following the structure, we should see the New Zealand. Remember, we've got the RBA, rather RBZ interest rate decision tomorrow at 6 a.m. GMT. We could see this one rally down into the blue box and reverse from there. So that is the analysis for tomorrow's RBZ analysis. We'll be expecting a reversal in the blue box. So that is the structure that we'll be expecting. So today, this session, we should see this one rally down into the blue box. We'll expect that whatever the decision regarding the interest rate will reverse the New Zealand. US dollar ZAR, this is correlated to US dollar CAD. Okay, so this is correlated to US dollar CAD. So we should see US dollar ZAR retrace from current levels to around these levels. Okay, so that's what we're expecting there, and we'll look for a move to the upside. Okay, let me just check how US dollar CAD, see what we're getting there. We have not reached the blue boxes yet, so I'll just stay away from that for now. Right, so these are all the US dollar pairs. The yen pairs. Let me take off all of this. So we want to see what's happening here with the US dollar yen, if it's going to make an expanding flat from current levels and we retest the top here. So if we do get a move back up around these levels, we'll be looking to sell a pound yen again. Otherwise, we can just get a continuation pattern here and the move to the downside continues. So it looks like we're getting what looks like a pullback here, but we are pretty much bearish. Let's look at the daily on this. Now, if you look at the daily, we are well below 50. And it does not look like we've got any momentum to come around these levels. So whatever pullback we're gonna get, if it's on the daily, we can just get this one doing that, doing that, doing that. So any deeper pullback that gives us a 4-hour setup, we'll be selling it back to around these levels. So let's keep an eye on that. My target on that from here has been reached. This was my target because at that point, there was a possibility for this to bounce. But it doesn't look like it's going to do that at this stage. But let's keep an eye on it. US dollar yen. Right, US dollar yen, let's go to the 1 4 hour. We just need to see a pullback on US dollar yen. And this is still pretty bearish. And now with the euro starting to look strong, it will not be surprising to see US dollar yen drop from current levels. We don't have a setup on the 4 hour. As you can see, it's at the bottom. So let's look at the 1 hour to see what we've got. We've got a setup on the 1 hour, provided the 1 hour candle closes below the flag. So we will look for US dollar yen to continue lower. Euro. So euro, a bit of a bounce here. Doesn't really mean anything here. So we were looking for the euro anyway to come and bounce at this level. Why did we expect that? Because we're expecting this structure. Do we have enough momentum to bounce back to these levels? Because if we do bounce from this level, this will be a nice sell setup for more downside, as we have discussed yesterday. So wait for this to give us more data. Whether we're going to get back to those levels, you can trade it back here if it gives you a setup, but essentially we are looking for this. That's Euro Chief Yen. Is this a three-wave structure on Chief Yen? Chief is looking pretty strong. It's not surprising that we see Chief Yen pushing up higher, and all the pairs that have got the Chief in them pushing lower. So let's see what we get here on Chief Yen. Still expecting this to push a little bit higher, as we're expecting the Chief pairs to push lower. CAD Yen still continues to the downside. We're expecting this to bounce from this level. Let's show that on the 4-hour. Just like Euro Yen, are we going to bounce from that level? It does not look like we're going to do that. This is a three-wave structure. So any pullback here, we'll see this go lower. So we're just waiting for 1-hour setups around those levels. Okay. That is CAD Yen. New Zealand Yen. So there is no strength on the Yen pairs for a push to the upside. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have just retested this level. It is a structural level, so we'd expect this to, even if it's 1 hour, we'll look for this to push lower. Correction at this level means this structure is not going to be respected. We're not going to have this and more downside. So we're just going to push lower from this. So wait for 1 hour correction here. Then that will mean that that structure is all the correction and we're going to see more downside. Right, that is New Zealand. So New Zealand is going to be interesting. You can see that there is weakness in the New Zealand. So let's see what happens tomorrow with the news on the New Zealand. So we can get the New Zealand doing this, move to the downside and a push to the upside tomorrow morning. Right. Audi, we are back within that blue box, also not showing any momentum for a reversal. So we are going to expect this to just give us consolidation around structural level and continuation to the downside. Gold continues to push to the upside. This is an impulse. We could get this. This is actually 1, 2. We are currently in wave 3. We're still going to get a 4 and a 5. So any pullback here will still be a continuation to the upside on gold. Similarly on silver. Silver, however, is going up in what looks like a three-wave structure. So we've got 1, 2. So silver should continue to push up higher. Platinum. Has made an impulse. And we are making this corrective structure here. Can we get this here and more upside? Bullish for now. Brent crude. Nothing has changed as far as the structure that we're expecting on Brent crude. We are still expecting these three waves. We're still expecting this to continue lower. All right, so that is Brent crude, continuation to the downside still. Pound CAD. Pound CAD, we are consolidating around this level. Remember what we said yesterday about Pound CAD? We want to see Pound CAD retest this level. So that means any continuation pattern, whether it's a 4-hour or a 1 hour, we take it targeting this level. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there on Pound CAD. Pound Audi. Pound Audi, we saw this one yesterday, 1, 2, 3, looking for more upside. We're looking for more upside here. This looks like a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it is, we're going to see a pullback here in 3 and continuation to the upside. Let's give it a bit more time. New Zealand, obviously with the New Zealand, with the New Zealand pushing up higher, we've forecasted this one since weekend and expected this to continue to the upside. So that's the expectation here on Pound New Zealand. That's why we took the Euro New Zealand trade setup. Pound Chief, still expecting continuation to the downside after it made this 3-wave structure. Again, if you look at all the chief pairs, let's go again, look at the chief pairs. Euro Chief, we have said we never look for anything other than downside. Even if this was going to push up higher with 3 waves like this, we're going to look to sell. So we got a sell setup. We got to get a sell setup here, and we're still looking downside. So more downside on Euro Chief. Audi Chief, same. We forecasted this. The whole of last week, we've been looking for this one to drop. Weekend, we were here. We expected this to continue lower. New Zealand Chief, same thing. 3-wave structure here. 1, 2, 3. Expanding flat, downside. That's what we looked at on the Chief pairs. Kite Chief, from the blue box, we took it here, expecting a move to the upside here, which we got. Now, yesterday, or rather day before, we looked for this one to continue lower after the 3-wave move. So that was on Sunday when we looked for a move to the downside. So those are the chief pairs and how they're playing out. Did I miss any chief pair? I think we've looked at all the chief pairs. Okay, so that's what we have on the chief pairs. Let's continue with the rest. We've gone through the pound pairs. Let's look at the euro pairs. So it's not surprising that we're seeing a continuation to the upside on euro pound. We're still looking for more upside. Remember the structure. We've discussed this structure for weeks. So any continuation pattern to the upside, now this is a clear impulse on the daily. So any continuation pattern here, you're looking to target this level because we've got 3 down, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 down here. So we've got an impulse, correction, and an impulse. We are targeting this level for a regular flat, which will then sell to the downside again. Euro New Zealand, we've already talked about this setup. Continues to the upside. Euro Audi. Upside, trade of the week, we've already gone through that. Euro CAD, we've gone through that. Chief, Audi New Zealand. Obviously the New Zealand is weak. That's why you see this bounce here on the Audi. So I have been expecting this one to go as far down as 1,02. Why is that? So I'm looking for this to get into the blue box as follows. This is the reason why I've been saying 1.02, because I'm expecting this to get to 1, 2, and a 3 at 100%. And that 100%, if you check, it comes at the confluence of the Fibonacci retracement at 61% as follows. So let's project that blue box. So the blue box is here. The 61% is around this level. Okay, are we going to reach the blue box or are we going to reverse from here? So let's watch that. Let's check the indicators here. Where is that? What is going on there? Right, let's have a look here. We've got what looks like some divergence here, some divergence. So we can start reversal here. We just want to see if we're going to have a setup at this level. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's wait a bit to see if the reversal is going to come at that level. Audi CAD. Nothing changes on AutoCAD. We are still looking for this to come around this level. And a bounce. That will be a continuation pattern. It will be the same structure as this. Howdy Chief, we've gone through that New Zealand CAD. So New Zealand CAD, we're expecting this to break lower after this. So we have got here 3 waves up, 3 waves down. We expect this to make one more up. That will be a WXY corrective structure. We get to this level, will be a nice selling opportunity for New Zealand CAD. All right, so that's what we have there on New Zealand. Mark says Euro is taking off. Hardly, but that's what we're expecting. We're expecting upside on the Euro. Chief Pass, we've already gone through. Again, the indices, nothing new, guys. It's not that I don't want to do the indices. You've got the charts on the website, and all the charts are pointing upwards. All you want to do is look for continuation patterns to the upside. Even if you do get something like this, you'll expect this. But here was just a pullback and continuation to the upside. All of them looking upside. The Dow Jones Industrial, nothing new there. That is an expanding flat, looking upside. The Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq, very nice 3-wave structure there. So a setup here on the Nasdaq, a break above this, maybe too late to take it at that level. You would have got it from the blue box here at this level. It's fine. The bigger structure here is this one here. Is this 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, running flat. We've come down here in 3. Now you're looking for this. Wait for any 1 hour consolidation. You will get it, and then you'll see upside on the Nasdaq. All bullish. UK 100. We've made a pullback. Let's look at the indicator. Is it going to continue to the downside? The 1 hour is not showing us anything. 4 hour. 4 hours showing us continuation to the upside. Let's see here. We have resetted. We are still above 50, so we should see, even if it is a pullback. All right. Okay, so that is the UK 100. The DAX. That's a setup. That's looking upside. We're gonna see this. It's a setup for upside on the 4 hour. More upside. Not too different from this. We're gonna see more upside. Okay, so that is the DAX, the Nikkei. Still making that one more down that we're expecting to the lower boundary, and we'll look for more upside. Right, Nifty, nothing new. Expect continuation to the upside. We are on this is a 4 hour chart, by the way. So by the 1 hour, we'll have a setup. Let's look at the 1 hour. Right, so this is a continuation pattern for more upside on the Nifty. Right. That's all on the indices. Let's look at the cryptocurrencies. Are we getting a reversal yet on the cryptocurrencies? Let's have a look here. Let's look at the 4 hour. Bitcoin, nice regular flat. Look for more upside. 50,000 still within reach. We've reset it, we're still above 50. So we are going to see 50,000 on Bitcoin. Ethereum, positive again. We are going to see 3,500 on Ethereum, still upside there. Look at the setups. These are now 4 hour setups. Remember what we said, how we focused to the 4 hour setups. Let's start with Bitcoin, so you can just see how powerful the 4 hour setups are. Let's get the indicator on. Last week, or is it last week? Yes, we saw the 4-hour setup here. So we've moved from here, from 43,000 to as much as 48,000. So that's a $5,000 move from that 4-hour correction. Now we've got another 4-hour correction, and this time a regular flat. Won't be surprising to see that we move to 50,000. All right, yes, it does look like a diagonal on Ethereum, but the indicator is showing us some more upside. Let's have a look. All of them look like they're forming a diagonal, and there is divergence. There is divergence. Let's have a look here. There is very strong divergence here. So that's why Sunday I've been expecting that we're gonna get a 3-wave pullback. But you know what they do with this? They'll keep pushing up higher before they drop it. Okay, but that drop is not necessarily a reversal. So if we push it higher, we can get the 3-wave pullback, the deeper correction, which will still take to the upside. All right, so that is Ethereum looking upside. As far as the 4-hour is concerned, Litecoin, upside, 4-hour setups, expanding flat, more upside. That is Litecoin. Ripple. Ripple has been impressive over the last couple of days. Now we've made what looks like a 3-wave pullback on Ripple. We expect this one to continue to push up higher. We've reset it. We are still above 50. So let's see if we're going to get a move to the upside. Remember, guys, to confirm these 4-hour setups, you don't just go take it because the indicator is there. The confirmation comes when you've got the 4-hour candle closing here. Then you confirm that that's going to be upside. Otherwise, that structure is not valid. Dogecoin. Same, all are on the 4-hour setups. Last one we got was this. Now we've got this one here. Expect more upside. Okay, expect more upside. ADA, pretty impressive as well. Looks like we're gonna see some new fresh highs here on ADA. Another 4-hour setup will be confirmed if you've got a 4-hour candle closing above the flag. That's what we'll look for on ADA, Cardano. Binance, not the cleanest one, but actually this one has not resetted here. Doesn't mean it will not go with the rest, but it's just not the cleanest that you want. It's not the cleanest that you want to trade. XLM, nice 4-hour setup, expanding flat, expect more upside. Link, upside, but this one has not resetted, so not a clean one. And Wink, not the cleanest, but if we have to look at this as a 3-wave structure here, we should see this push up higher, at least to the previous high around these levels. 4-hour setups are confirming upside. That's what we're looking at. And that's all for today, guys. As I've said, the LTA will resume. We will have one on Friday, and then we should be back to normal from Monday. Have a great day, everybody. Trade responsibly. And do check out the RBZ interest rate announcement and how it is going to affect the market tomorrow at 6 a.m. GMT. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye. Yes, improving. He's now only just stressed that he wants to get out. He doesn't want to stay in the hospital anymore. He's actually okay. They're keeping him just for precautions.